a lonesome star in a bitter sky. I hear the hungry ghosts calling out in the night. Just a couple victims of this brutal prize. Am I strong enough to let things just die? A spark alive, but if there's nothing on the other side, why can't I leave well enough alone?
What's up, guys? My name is Timbo, and Bungie has finally done it. After all these years, it looks like they might be doing something known as interesting. At Sony's press conference last night, Bungie revealed another trailer for their Forsaken expansion, and in it we see the death of our beloved Cayde 6 by the hands of Prince Uldren with the Ace of Spades. Now, I'm not gonna lie, yesterday I had started a Division 2 video, I was planning on making more Anthem stuff, and not to mention everything that Sony was showing off with The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, and Spider-Man just looked incredible. But upon seeing this Destiny 2 trailer, I just had to push all those aside for another day and make this. In this video, not only am I going to give my thoughts on all this, but I'm going to recap on how we got to this point to fill in anyone who may be confused as to who this guy is, why he is leading the Fallen, and why does he want to kill the Guardians. Don't worry guys, by the end of this video I'll have you all caught up in, yes, the return of the Mystery Behind. The Mystery Behind was a series I had going on last year, mainly leading up to the time of Destiny 2's initial release, with some videos taking place during the first few months of the game's vanilla lifecycle. Ironically, I have already made a video on Uldren Sov going into the Grimoire, detailing what I'm going to explain to you now. Many people at that time kind of thought that the Fallen House Uldren was leading would be good and the Fallen would be allies, but this is clearly not the case anymore. However, that video is still relevant with tons of good information and speculation in it that actually ended up being true. So I will place it in the button at the top right of your screen right now, as well as link it down below in the description because I highly recommend you give it a watch. So before we get into the significance of this and my general thoughts on this move, let's recap for those that are unaware who Uldren is and why he wants to kill your face. Prince Uldren first appears in Destiny 1's vanilla campaign. In need of a way to getting into the Black Garden, your Guardian seeks help from the Awoken and the Queen, Mara Sov. Uldren from the get-go doesn't really seem too fond of the Guardians, and instead of helping you outright, just kind of seems to put you on a fool's errand in the hopes of getting you killed. You of course kill the Gate Lord and survive, giving the Awoken no choice but to help you. This is the last we see of the Awoken until the House of Wolves, Destiny 1's first expansion, where Mara Sov seeks our help in capturing Skolas, who has escaped from the Prison of Elders. Uldren wasn't really in this expansion if I can remember, but it's important to note that the Awoken are now seeking help from the Guardians. Fast forward to the time of the Taken King, and Oryx invades the reef on his way to getting to the Guardians. Standing in his way, he pretty much decimates, like, all of them. I'm pretty sure I made this scene into an MLG montage in the other video. We see Uldren for a split second, the camera cuts out, and many people don't think twice about anything for a long while. Everyone thought he died in the battle. However, at the time of the House of Triumph, many months after the Taken King, we got some Grimoire cards that pretty much confirm that Uldren did not die in the battle, but instead crash-landed on Mars. Now, like I said, I'm just going to paraphrase this story here. If you would like to see the cards and this part in more detail, go watch the Uldren video I made last year. Otherwise, here comes them Timbo Spark Notes I know you all love. So Uldren crashes on Mars and stays hidden there for a while. Eventually he gets captured by some Fallen, but on purpose. Uldren doesn't want to look like a threat to them, so that way, they'll take him to their Kell. And when they do, Uldren kills that Kell, becoming their new leader. As far as if this is a ragtag group of Fallen we're seeing, if it's the House of Kings, or if it's all the Fallen houses even, is really unknown at this point. And this leads us to Forsaken, and the little premise of the story goes as this. The Reef has fallen to lawlessness, and now the most wanted criminals in the galaxy, the Barons and Uldren Sov have organized a jailbreak at the Prison of Elders. You and Cayde 6 have been sent in to bring law and order back to the embattled facility, but things do not go to plan. Facing insurmountable odds, Cayde 6 ends up paying the ultimate price. Beyond the Vanguard's authority, you'll venture into the reef alone and take justice into your own hands. Explore new regions, awake new powers, earn a wealth of new weapons, and uncover lost awoken secrets. The hunt is on. So now that we know what Uldren has done, it's time to go into his motive and then finish with my thoughts. One of the things said in the original Vidoc at the Forsaken reveal, and something that was pointed out in the comments of the video I made on it, was that this was referred to as a revenge story, and typically someone needs to die in order for revenge to be had. Well, I guess we know who that is now. Ikora. The more I think about this, the better I think it can be. If we look at what Uldren's motive can be here, it creates a lot of cool possibilities. I know it's very easy to hate him outright for killing Cayde and doing all this stuff, but if we look at it from his perspective, can you really blame him? Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying I don't want to shoot this man in the face. Granted, I like shooting everything in the face, but this is even more so. This is a special face to shoot. I'm gonna need my Fatebringer for this one, make him go pew. But if we flip the script, us as Guardians can be looked at as just as evil as Uldren is. Think about it from his side. We're this race that invades his home, stirs the pot, bothers him a little bit. Then our sister keeps asking them of favors as if they're more powerful than her own race. She lacks faith in you, Uldren, getting the job done. She has to ask the Guardians to kill Skolas. Then Oryx shows up, and he doesn't just appear out of nowhere. He comes to do what? Get revenge for killing Crota. Did the Awoken have anything to do with that? Not really, but Oryx completely wipes them out and strands you on Mars with no more of your people left. How can you expect this man not to be pissed at the Guardians? So then he goes to the Fallen, both of which have a common interest and plan to kill the Guardians together. But then you look at it from our side. The Black Guardian had an evil that was killing our Traveler. Crota was a bad dude, and we needed to kill him. Plus he had a pretty freaking awesome sword. I like freaking awesome swords. We didn't mean for Oryx to kill the Awoken, they were just collateral damage. And now Uldren kills one of our Vanguard members and lets loose tons of criminals from the Prison of Elders. And you see what's going on here. Everyone is right, and everyone is wrong. One thing that I thought they would do with Gaul that they completely squandered was this gray area between the light and the darkness. I've been bringing this up for such a long time, over an entire year, over and over again. Bungie has set this up before, but has never done anything about it. Never has this concept of the villain thinks he's the hero of his own story been fleshed out even slightly. Destiny is a game about the light and the darkness, where the difference between good and evil is finely drawn. This is the first real time where it's not. And I'm going to be so mad if they squander this again and kill Cayde for nothing. That's why on the trailer I wrote that comment that I did. This is the best thing Destiny has ever done. It is. Lots of you call me a weirdo, but whatever. This can be amazing, and Cayde had to be the one to die for it to be fully realized. Bungie has always played things so safe with their gameplay, and especially the story. And I'm not going to get hyped or anything. All I'm saying is that they have opened up a huge opportunity here. Once the initial shock of this happening faded away a little bit, I thought about why this is happening, and I have to admit, the more I think about this premise, the more potential I think it has. And that both excites me and terrifies me. It's exciting in the way that this Bungie story has potential to be great, but it also scares me because I feel like I've been through this before. I remember talking about all these themes Destiny 2 was setting up and how great they can make the story, how much potential Guardians Without Light could be, not only for tension, but for the moral lesson as well. And it was completely squandered. So here we are again with lots of potential, even more if you're asking me, and I'm just scared that it won't be up to par. In the past, it's always been a bit of a bummer, but now if you're going to kill off the one character in your game people actually like, you cannot afford to waste that. You can only do this once, and maybe that's why Bungie is doing it. This is their last chance. Might as well grow some balls. Over the past year leading up to Destiny 2, I had made so many videos talking about characters Bungie could introduce into the story. I talked about why Guardians should speak in the campaign. I even made a whole video on why I think someone should die to add levity to the story. I'll link all of them in the cards and description for you guys because I think they have become super relevant again. This Cayde death, this Uldren revenge, this Guardian retaliation, it has tons of potential to be a serious, emotional, and personal story that delves into whether Guardians and the Side of the Light are the good guys. This one trailer sets this up. Do I have faith Bungie will deliver? Unfortunately, no, not really. I hope so, but they've never shown me a reason they can, so why would I believe things would be different this time? Maybe they'll prove me wrong though. I'd really like that to happen. So guys, those are my thoughts on the latest Forsaken E3 trailer and all the craziness that has gone along with it. In the comments below, make sure to let me know your thoughts on all of this. Like I said, for more information, I'll have those other videos linked all over the place on this video, so you can give them a watch. In the description, you can also find links to my Patreon, Twitter, and Instagram if you would like to support me further, find out when new videos are releasing, or ask me any questions. That's all I got, so if you enjoyed the video, if you could please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.